Hello and welcome. Welcome. If you're watching this now or in the future, welcome. As is tradition, I must upload the thumbnail. Oh, I might have to edit it in real time. It's too big. Welcome, though. Anyone joining me? Welcome. It's gonna be a late night stream. Having some late night 6 fun here. And I've learned a few things, so hopefully I can share those. I forgot his name. I think it was Commander Logan or something. Crusader Logan, thank you for your help yesterday. If you're watching this in the future, you might not see this, but I just want to recognize that this is not all me. This is some help from friends. So, hopefully, where my city's at, I can keep going from there. And we'll see what we get up to today. Now, this took me quite a bit of time, though, and I'm not showing it right now, but I just gotta update this thumbnail. Make sure everything's running properly. Alright. There we go. There we go. This is being a bitch. There we go. Alright. We should be ready. Just one more second. Alright. So let's get rid of that. Welcome. Welcome to everybody joining me. Anybody joining me. We are back. We're back at it again. With the boys here, making sure this looks good. I can't see this end here. Okay, it's looking like it's Twitch being a bastard. Oh, there we go. Twitch is just being a bitch. Welcome though. Welcome to people on Twitch and YouTube. So, we have fixed the city from where it was. Yesterday, I was having a fucking blundering fool of a city, trying to build things and put things together, and I just didn't understand the way things should be. If you're an older player, you'll have done things very differently, and you may have played the style I played. If you're a person who learned how to play watching me, you'll likely struggle. But if you watch these videos, you might learn a thing or two, or this stream. This is going to be kind of the definitive answer to why the city building is so challenging, especially early game. And it's because knowledge is not necessary. So my whole city is essentially, you can see it from space here. You've got grain farms. Grain farms, all grain. I have like 3 for fruit, so I can have my babies. I have 4 baby makers with like 36 babies each. I have 1 thing for cotton and a tiny baby weaver here producing fabric. You see we're at a net negative right now, but with the amount of cotton I have stored away, and I've got new methods on storing things so that it helps out. And it might be useless or pointless, but I think it's okay. So we have that there. We have these here for the fruit, so the fruits get stored here, and the warehouse workers just have to collect from here. So typically, when the farmer's done, he comes and he brings it here. That's that for this whole zone. And then it just keeps going down. We have all of our grain haulers. So the grain haulers, there's a person who works here and he gathers grain, and then there's some people here who are storing it away. Eventually, we're gonna transport this motherfucker to somewhere else, but for right now it's going down the street to a baker zone, a new baker zone. This is all new stuff that I've added. What I had started with is over here, where you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bakers with 24 people each, and we have bread being stored on these haulers. Well, they shouldn't be workers, and they are taking the bread from here. The bakers take it out of here and they load it off onto here, and then there's workers here in this specific building here collecting bread. You can see I have 16,000 bread, 40,000 rations, and there's quite a few sitting on the ground that they're organizing because they just moved the building to over here. So we have about 100,000 storage for rations. You can see we have 22 days of food, and we're looking at 3 servings, so 50% on their servings and 22 days on their food. Something I didn't know, and I think is crucial, is that when you look at your health, food servings is a massive 2.37. So if you do not have food servings, which is the extra food that I'm giving them, they will die. They will start to suffer huge food problems, like their health problems, I should say. So, doing it this way, I've been having a pretty good time. These are all native borns for the most part. A lot of immigrants recently because I've had some catastrophes and different wars, but for the most part, these were all homegrown people. And I've gone for the essential tech. I have not used any buildings. I've just allocated the tech that I get from unlocking titles for certain things. So, for example, asylums, because I have hundreds of people who are crazy. It just made more sense to have a few asylums. As I was already making those materials anyways, I didn't mind losing some. And you can see we have 149,000 grain. If that's not enough, I don't know what is. And there's quite a lot more in the fields. I've also managed to get Kryptonians and Dundarians to be on our side again and be friendly. So finally we have some of those bad boys with us. Now the way I do that is I've got them separated by zones. Technically they still can access other zones, and they do, but for the most part they're allocated to their zones and they have strict jobs. They are very strict on their jobs. So the Kryptonians only work as herb farmers, herb farms right here, grain farm because they like it, it's a good job to give them. Kryptonian breeders, they work at their Kryptonian breeders where we're birthing our own Kryptonians. This is their tiny little village here, kind of in the woods. Obviously this isn't here and then they work at the ration makers. So they make rations. They like doing it. I have them doing it because they're good at it. You can see there's quite a lot of rations stored away. I'm gonna have to build another hauler. One thing I want to make sure, I'm not doing these haulers with the workers, specifically ones like this, where an offset production will just get put into one of these buildings here. So we're gonna put another one right next to it here. And that allows these guys, they literally only have a couple jobs. They have all their services in this little district here for the most part. They have law, market, food stall, etc. And over time I start to expand them. The way I have my housing set up is I've split houses based off of wells. So I try to distance the wells about 50 apart, so that each well, that's on the same line, okay, each well is servicing perfect numbers of people, as they only have a specific capacity for work people to be there. So for example, like some of the wells that get the most usage are wells that are in a high capacity area. Lots of travel is happening, lots of people are traveling through here. Even though there's only the 60 people potentially living in this area, this well does still get a little bit more service usage. That has made it so that my services stay above 40. Most of them are at 45. 45 would be the perfect level. That's 100% for where I'm at currently. 35 for this and 33 for Benjamin. So where I am at, my city is a utopia. Diddy City has gone from pain and suffering to something more of a miracle. And to be honest, I've talked about losing the fun, and I think it's because I learned how to have fun like on the playground in a different way, where we used to beat kids up and like, you know, and we're rough and tough. And now the modern way is not like that. You know, this new way is don't use your knowledge. So the old school way would be to just immediately bum rush knowledge, the resources for that, and I don't have those resources. I do not have clay. I'm not working on them. They are non-essential. I do have meat, the antelope pastures. I have worked on getting nobles for each, and I have nobles for each race, so that they have a little bit of that happiness boost as well. That the humans don't seem to mind as well. And basically my whole thing has been to spread services based off of wells going up. So if an area contains about 160 or 180 people, we have a market, a food stall, a large hearth, a speaker or two, and then the shrine, as well as usually a fight pit to accompany that area. So this would encompass an entire block, a radius, and some of the areas have enhanced upgrades. Like this has a physician, a laboratory, and a hospital. So this area obviously has a lot more services with a stage, etc. But this would be the fully upgraded, pretty much the max for service zone that I want to go, based on the recommendations of other people. So you can see there's 32 potential services here. There should be roughly about 50 plus with their services. So that means roughly 50 that these guys all can fit here, and it's times 3, I think. So yeah, they have 144 food. Technically the food stalls should probably be a little bigger, and that's stuff I could work on in the future. But right now I've had significant progress. This is all from yesterday. I continued off stream and I grinded and I worked very hard to get to this point. So now I think I'm at the point where the fun is here. There's some fun to be had, and I'm actually seeing some progress in the way I'm playing the game. It makes it a little bit more fun for me, because it does reflect a real civilization, kind of. And now that I see that, it'll make me want to try other cities, other styles. Especially, I want to try Kryptonians. I think Kryptonians are going to be a big challenge, but I want to see if I can make them go easily. But that's going to require a lot of city planning. We are doing pretty well in the city. Obviously, I have a labor deficit, 80 people, but that's mostly because I'm training constantly. Tons and tons of workers. People constantly coming and going. But our death rate is pretty low, and so far I haven't had any issues with happiness or negativity, but sometimes we'll get a negative, like a loyalty event or something like that, which could be a little sketchy. So other than that, it's been pretty good. So I am looking forward potentially getting to this later stage. I think that it's going to require us to pump our population up here. We need to get to 4,500. And I think that's possible in the stream today, but depends on how long I go for. My girlfriend's out currently, so I've got a late night. Tomorrow's her birthday, we're gonna be spending it together. She's with her friends, so we'll be chilling on song 6 for a little bit. My plans, though, have been to expand Dundarian some. See, over here we've got the Dundarians. They should living this little zone here. And it occurred to me that the wells in this area might be in a bad spot. Put it a little bit further. They're kind of close for what I want. Let's see how far they are. About 14. Because my reason being is that I want to spread them out so that their services don't get overutilized in one spot. These guys, for example, would work and live there. But we have our carpenter here. We have smelters. We've got two smithies, one making tools and one making warhammers, which we've got quite a lot of. Holy crap, I didn't look at that. Let's edit that. Let's give everybody a couple warhammers there. How much do I need total for the army here? 4,500 total warhammers. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. So we've got our loading, unloading station here for the wood. We've got wood coming in from the other half of the town, getting loaded into here. We've got our master carpenters, which we should probably go for 80. That way we can deal with their population. And especially the needs we have for these furniture. A couple extra back into the society here. But I want to make sure that if I've got 80, I've got 36 here. And 12, that's 20. So I gotta pop this up. Because technically that's 42, 50, 62. We've got some Dundarians who don't have jobs. I want to make sure that they all have a job. Let's go and see what else they like to do. Sithalon mine might be it. Sounds good to me. We don't have anybody else working at those Sithalon mines, so let's get them to work there. Is there Sithalon over here? Yes, there is. Do we have the technology for it? No, we do not. I'm willing to get it, though. I think it's worthwhile. Well, that's gonna give me mining tools. But we don't really need those. Take those back. Nah, we'll have to wait for that innovation to return to us. But yeah, this one might be a shorter stream just because I want to show what progress has been made. But I've definitely been having like a bit of a headache. It's just been a freaking painful. Yeah, see, they're too close. What I want to do is push down and put one down here. Dig more out of the mountain. And dig this out too. Now I know there's 20 of them that are going to be missing homes. That's okay. We just want to copy the distance from something like that to there. That should be good enough. Yeah. And they'll live right here. Might not be the full amount of people to live there, but that's what we gotta do. Just so that these services maintain their high numbers. I might have to do something like this. We'll wait for that to get completed. Make sure. Okay, good. Sometimes I'm muted. Hopefully I'm not. Alrighty. I do want to kind of make them work at the smelter. Are they good at working at smelters? I'm not better than anyone else. Why are the Kryptonians good at smelting? They have 110 skill. That's interesting. That will definitely be something I take advantage of in the future. Get it? Hurry it up. There we go. So we can do something like that, and then just has to be fitting in here, so technically right here should be fine. Actually, might need to move up one for that row there. Definitely because we have so many workers. Oh no, it's four. They're 4 apart. As long as they're 4 apart, I'm happy. Whoa. How the heck did I do that? Click E. Or Q, I mean. They're so close. There we go. Thank you. Now we can do this. Set these at Dundarians only. So that way this service will remain good and this service should remain good. Now this hearth technically is going to get a little bit more service usage because of it being in quite a large area full of people. So we want to put another hearth right over here to accommodate all these people. Houses up here, and if you have 42 there, how would we got our innovation back? I took the tools away from that. You'd think I'd have, oh, it's only 5. That makes sense. It's tough to do this, but I gotta take it. The Sithalon will be nice. Just a passive boost for money and stuff. And if they like doing it, we want them to be doing it. Oh, we've got no vegetables. That's not good. You don't want to run out of vegetables. You'll all die. Actually, you know what? Let's wait before we start building where they might live. Build a nice field like that. 99 should be good. That way they've got vegetables coming in. We should have enough technology now. Let's get Sithalon. Best part about mines is they don't take any more technology than you already got. So let's put this right here. And that way we can just start stacking Dundarians from this on. Oof. I might lie. I might just take it down a notch. Like, how many can I fit? That's good. 22 laborers. That's perfect. We want to build with dirt roads. I've got plenty of stone, but I just want to save it on the maintenance. The dirt roads are perfectly fine. Oh, so we have a big service zone over here. You know, we might not need this one, but I'll wait to see if it starts to get used or not. Okay, so we had 50, 62. So we can put 18 Dundarians to work here. They freaking love this shit, so let's give them a big ass warehouse here. And I'm talking like really big. Give them just a bit of space to walk through here though. And we're gonna load it with warehouse crates. And this is gonna be all the Sythalon storage possibly could need. Alright, get to work, you damn dwarves. We just need our humans to start catching up, population-wise. Okay, we can upgrade this. You can see their carpentry boost coming through as well. Very useful. Sythalon, there we go. So the boys will collect Sythalon, keep storing it away. That'll boost their happiness. For now, we just keep waiting for our population. Hopefully these vegetables will help coming harvests. Oh, I see. There we go. Fix that shape for later. Now I might have to start managing or thinking of how I would do a high density, because these are kind of a low density housing zones, but I'm going to have to do some high density stuff over here. So I might have to plan out like a city block that has a high density capacity. But I don't know, other than just kind of loading houses and then having the wells as far apart, so I'd have to have this with a well on either side. Now it's 100 residents. Thing is, I don't want to overstack on this area's resources, as we might have lots of people over here. I think I should start my first test for a larger residential area. And the idea is that this will be kind of a block where we, let's see what we want to do here. Let's run this road outwards. That way. Let's take a peek at the foundation through here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this would be a good spot to have the housing. So now we put this about 3 back, and we chuck a well on the other side. That way they've got access to wells at either further point. Then we chuck a hearth in the middle. I can't get it direct middle, so we'll try to do offset. And we'll put something that's similar size, like a shrine. There we go. says 34 worshippers. We can make a bigger one. We'll go for the 48. And that should be good for that. And then we want to have a speaker. Right here. And I don't always like to keep my food stalls and my markets next to each other. So we'll put the market on this side. I think it's going to be a little bigger on this side. Yeah, we're going to want it on that side. So that wide looks good to me. Can I get one more squished in there? Yeah, 180 services is plenty. Ooh, someone's starving. That looks like it's going to be a tilapia or a Kryptonian baby starving to death. Sucks to suck, buddy. Let's get a market going. That's not my fault. I didn't tell you guys not to grow more food. You just didn't do it. And for that, your babies will suffer. So this should be a good start to a zone. Alright, and what they're going to be out here doing is probably just herding pasture work. We do want to bring just my little warehouse for the janitor zone here, just so I don't have to constantly make new ones, because you need them like every other couple blocks. So we'll have this go right here. Just flip it around. There we go. So we'll have janitor. A couple jobs for them to do in this center area here, but that's not too much. Oops, something happened. They had an accident at the bakery. That could be mitigated. We've got this building here though. How many did we save? It's like a good deal. Not too bad, not too shabby. We might have to put another one over here though. This is a higher density population over there, so I'm trying to minimize how much population I shove into an area. And obviously those bakers take up a lot of workers, and they're basically coming from all different zones. So if I could take this out of here, I think that would probably be the best idea. We'll put this down the road, so right next to this building. That way the trainees, there's about 100 trainees that can train here and live here. We definitely might need some immigrants. So, let's check our babies. Age. That's what I like to see. The population is like a slow growth. So if you look, it goes all the way. That's because they're natives. Native people. Stronger than it seems. But I tend to overexpand myself a little bit. Pour the spread like Wildfire City. Thankfully, your Kryptonia is another Despot's problem. Now, if I wait out, I mean, I'm a human-based city, so... Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's the opinion of other factions. I don't care about them. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want those to be humans. So, that's good. These humans will live and work over here. And like I said, I want to take out a lot of these jobs, so I'll probably do so now. That way we get all those laborers back. Because there's quite a few needed in this area for the bakeries. But with my new high density zone, we'll be able to handle the capacity that the bakers come with. We can start building bigger bakers, bigger and better bakers. And potentially, maybe even move our Dundarians over to bakeries. Let's see. They are average at it. Damn, Kryptonians are skilled bakers. What are you good at? Brewing, baking, charcoaling, weaving, ration making, cannibalism. Very good at everything else in the city as well. I feel like when I run a Kryptonian city, it'll make more sense now that I know how to play to the meta, what we're supposed to be doing here. Somebody had a brawl. Shouldn't be no brawls. I hope it was between two of the same race people and not other. That would make me quite upset. Let's check what our work priorities are. We've got... We need more, I think, of the humans mostly. It's not explicitly saying which one I need. Kind of look like Anal Bead City, Anal Bead Town. I want to see if I can make a larger house for the Kryptonians as well. But theirs won't be half as big. The thing is, the distance matters. Trying to fit it in here nicely. I might do something like this. Build it out a little bit so that we can round it. Something like that. That way we can get some more space for these Kryptonians. As I start to want to have more of them, they're actually pretty good at different jobs. We might make them weavers and take that job from the humans and just have them weaving in little weavery huts. It's been interesting deciding how I want to design their city, as it's kind of a human style for the Kryptonians. We're just forcing them into our shape. But they care more about roundedness anyways, and it seems like roundedness fills a location out. So like if a building's perfectly round, it will over encompass the area that's square, or at least that's what I've noticed. So I can build round buildings over the square and get them happy without pissing off other races that like square, which is essentially just the Dundarians on the other side of the city. It's perfect. Can that not? Is that not round off? Okay. That's fine. Take the nubbin. Take the nubbin away. But so far it's been smooth sailing. Once I got the grind down for what I'm trying to do, it started to get really good. And now it's streaming about 6 again. So that's another 50. currently got these guys set on 120, so we can go up to 160. I know they have 70, but we want to just give some space so there's no problems for the future. I don't need this alert. I don't know why I don't just click that. It seems like we need another asylum. Put this asylum this half of town now. Actually, it doesn't matter where it is because they're just gonna get fixed up by here anyways. Just making sure. And then we'll dismantle that structure. Oh, that way you can get some more people fixed up. Yeah, we have crap tons of grain. The hardest part for me is actually getting the grain to the buildings. There's so many grains that need to be grabbed. It's quite complex how much grain is being stored. Have a loading station here so that they can get that. This grain. That way they start to load these buildings up with their grain. This building's full. It's full of grain. No wonder why. No wonder why they're having a hard time with the grain storage. It's full to the goddamn brim. Let's build another building. Where's my basin? Love to see it. I love to see it. What was that? Oh, another accident. Where is this one? Over here. Luckily they're right there, so they can get fixed up. Let's authorize 75 people. That way we can kind of reduce the stress on our city. We'll let the rest of our babies grow. But we might have to expand our baby makers. Can I fit one? Right here. If it fit perfectly... Oh, it does fit perfectly, then we do put it. Seems great. How do the Kryptonians like farming fruit? They love it. They love it, huh? We might have to switch out people making the fruit for us. Get the humans off that. Have this, load up the grain. You just gotta keep collecting as much grain as possible. Tons and tons of it. Other baker should be doing a pretty good job keeping up with the production of meat. Yep. Producing tons of bread. Oh, I see what you're doing wrong. You don't have your thing on this. Wasting bread. Shouldn't be doing that. There we go. Now we'll start to see better production for our rations. And less bread usage. So we have our bread being made with coal. Then it's being made with herbs into rations. Reducing the overall cost of bread by a good chunk. How many we use. So that should keep going there. Right now we have this gentleman. Need you guys to be pulling from these two there. Then you pull from here and here. That way we're constantly grabbing more and more rations. Nice. Now you can take from these two. Drop down a few workers just because we need some. They're not going to need half those workers now that it's full. This is just grain storage so that in the future we don't ever run out. Assuming that we don't get raided for all of it. Nice, we got the new babies up. So why don't I try to put the new Kryptonian farm here. Good sized fruit farm because humans are important to our city. And then we'll keep that one, but I'm gonna remove these two here. Reseed that to some grain. And that way we can move all of this over here. Actually, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. We need a large storage building, and it's in the worst place to put storage, to be honest. With the dang round people. I might just build something here, I think. And I kind of have an idea. Why don't I round out the front of the building that they experience? And then I square off the back of it, like, pretty decently here. That way I can maximize potential for the crates here. Could probably get something in here. We'll take away, I think, that there. Still no good. Alright, do it that way. That way the front of the building is their style, and then the back of it's the human style, and then we'll just put doors here, and they'll walk through and grab their fruit. Transport that to the other side of the city for us. See if that worked the way I thought it would. Kinda. You know what it seems like? Seems like these fences might be blocking it. Because they're not rounded. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can fix that like that. But it makes sense. They are technically squared fences. Looks good to me. So this is just gonna be storage for fruit. And we'll have like a couple crates for the herbs. Plop that up. So we've got this new building. They need to finish this farm. Then we can switch over the Catonians. Actually, why don't I just do that now? Occupation, work priorities, fruit farms, humans. You are free from the fruit farms. So now it's going to be just Catonians working on the fruit farms. We can take this one away. Might hit a year or so of like stagnation for it, but that should be fine. Then I'm gonna have these haulers focus on hauling from here. And we'll put a worker there. They don't need to have a lot. And this can stay the same. So they're gonna keep grabbing the fruit from here, feeding our babies. Nice, we've got this constructed. So the high density population should be good, and what I wanna do is copy the distance here, like so. And what I will do is force another block like this in between over here. Kind of like so. That way it's spread out enough. So we're gonna need a few high density zones for what we're doing. And eventually, now that these are in the same zone, I can just merge the two, make it 200, but I think this should be fine for where it's at. Yeah, look at that, 210,000 denarii. I thought I had no money. Doing pretty good money, too. Feels good, actually, to be at this point, though. So now I can do things like logistics. We're going to export anything above 100% on our warehouse here. That looks good. And it feels like I'm back on the 6 wagon, and that's where I want to be. I want to be back in the 6 wagon. I'm tired of not understanding things. I maybe should have asked for help earlier, but I think it's quite a complex issue. It's not something I want to deal with because it's hard to learn when you know everything about a game, and then it's all changed so fast that everything you knew is wrong. But I think in the future I'll have to recognize that as a fundamental aspect of gaming, that things will change so much that I can't understand them, and I'll have to get help or lose out on the game. But it's more of a learning moment than anything. 98, look at that. These natives are getting there. Or our Catonians. Obviously these guys are always immigrants, but oh nice. We got 2 epidemics at once. It saw that I was doing so well. It said, here's a double epidemic. Just for your fucking pleasure. Ribbed too. But you can see like we still just got grains sitting here. Insufficient workers allocated. Let's put another one of these bad boys. I'm gonna overstock them for most of these buildings because to me it's more important to get this stuff stored away. Put another one of these. I kinda wanna... Fuck. It didn't matter. Damn it. I'm stupid. There. Thought I could fix it, make it look nicer. Technically, I think I could move it over a bit, but that's fine. Just want to see my human population hit 2,000, and I'll feel like I've done everything. I'll feel like I have come back from the grave in this game. And as someone mentioned, Erica mentioned in the last one, it's kind of the lore of the city. Diddy City. It's terrible origins. Buried on top of, or are built on top of buried corpses. Millions of corpses. Didn't I enact a curfew? So these guys should be mostly recruits. Merchants, odd jobber, speaker, food vendor, vendors, recruit. See, as I'm designing these zones, I'm getting pretty good at how much is going to be in what zone and how many people are going to do what. And specifically how I want to keep the services from being over capacity. Because that was something that was starting to become a problem. We're losing quite a lot to this disease here. You know what? Well, I still can. Let's take up 60 immigrants here. Actually, you know what? We'll take another 42. I want to have a labor surplus. I'm tired of having no goddamn labor. This is my only farm, or my only graveyard. Try to build them where there's zero foundation. Just a complete empty field. Yeah, this would be a good spot right here. The graveyard. It's feeling so good though, finally to understand what the heck I was doing wrong. That's done. We get these bad boys to pull that. This one to flow. And these ones are pulling from here. Oh, I see what's happening. The grain stores are full. We should be pulling from here. Can I copy these settings over to you guys? Alright. If those are full, I want you to pull from here. Copy those settings over to these as well. So these should all be full of grain, hopefully. We can get these laborers to work. And that might produce a little bit more bread for us. The bread zone. The bread bowl. Simply just not enough. It's why I might spend that last bit of knowledge trying to get to this, but I need 5 more knowledge to get it. I've spent quite a bit on things. Well, I need that. The proper burials is a necessity. See if there's something I can take from. Stocks are important. Execution's important to them. I feel like I haven't used the knowledge for... Oh, I see. I could take that a little bit. And then now I have just enough to get this. I really want to get that because now I can start carrying just an additional amount of stuff that will help significantly increase my production. How are we doing on training? We're still not training because we had to rebuild our buildings. I think that they are just low on metal. Yeah. What can we do about that? A lot more people into the smelters, obviously. What's up? Maybe 12 people, or yeah, 6 or 8. And then we're gonna need to compensate for that with just a few more miners. Oh, we don't have any more. Any more space for miners. But coal has not been a problem. I've been selling coal by and large pretty well. Do I have a trade partner? I do. So let's get that back online here. We were selling wood. Excess wood. They're pulling from these two haulers so that we're pulling all of our wood from the close proximity. Oh no. It's not good. Let's get an import hauler just for this moment to fill up fruit. But these guys should have a good harvest. Ooh. And now see, that's not a good thing. I need that to be higher up on your priority list. You know, I'll authorize. We'll take 20. This. I want to get this thing solved here. So they should get to work on this farm. Yeah, 22. This farm is going to produce a ton of fruit if it gets operational. Select this to import fruit so that it's over 15% is fine. That way we keep our babies fed, although they probably will starve, a good few of them. But you know what? Fuck it. I want to keep my pop going. And I can. The immigrants are happy enough. The food is flowing. So as long as that's going, I'm happy. Let's expand our ore very quickly here. 43 workers. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. 9 and 9. 20 more furniture for that. So, producing more than that. We are losing more fabric than we are producing. So let's... That's going to be after the fruit comes back to us. Because it's going to switch over to be probably Kryptonians farming that as well. So they'll be doing cotton farms and weaving. They're going to start to get a lot of responsibilities in their city. I don't know if I trust them with that, but who knows? I want to do this. Oh, not like that though. We should be selling warhammers at over 45. Probably drop it down a little bit too. Because how many do we need? 45. That's not bad. As long as everyone's got one warhammer, I'm happy. Nice. The last group of people can start training. Now what I want to see is this zone overpopulated? Not particularly overpopulated. This service could probably use some help, so we'll get logistics hauler for some bread. Yeah, you always kind of want to go bigger for the haulers for the bread. I'd rather have them storing like tons of excess bread here for the future. Bread. And I'll actually select a warehouse so they know where to go. Copy these settings over to this hauler. There we go. So now we've got 2 haulers carrying bread. These guys should be stocked. Oh. Go figures, right? That's fine, it's close enough. If I was smart, I would have put it in the middle between them. Somewhere like there. But I'm not a smarty. I'm a big dum-dum. Big dum-dum. An influential merchant is feuding with one of your subjects. According to him, your citizen has gravely insulted him. His house is god. He wants me to pay $327,000, or I'm gaining. I think I gained that much. Yeah, I gained that much money. Now we got a negative happiness malice there. Let's see how that drops us down. A 0.2 to our happiness meter. Because we got rid of a stinking Kryptonian. But $300,000 though. I think that's about the price of a Kryptonian head. Roughly. I would have probably said no if he said $310,000. But he said $320,000. Or 30, I can't even remember. It's so long ago that I can't remember anymore. Gee, man, I feel bad for that guy. He didn't deserve that. To be turned into a fucking Kryptonian. You know what I might do? I might just build one of these thinking rows up there. So, kinda how I want to do it. This is 50 guys. These houses aren't too shabby, though. I think I'll build one of these, because this is the tighter housing for them. That initial housing I built was kind of a tester. I think I want to do something like this. But before I do that, because this is kind of how I've been managing my wells. I want to have them separated by the perfect number here. Don't build that well, please. Actually, build the well. Because that's going to be a zone where people live here. We're going to have to organize this zone a little better here. I think what I want to do is just move this over and turn it into wood. That way we can adjust the shape of it. Something like this. Then we can dismantle that building, and then I'll do the same with this one. We'll turn it into a wood building. It's just going to be a little hut over here for now. And we can dismantle it. So what my plan is I'm going to shove the Kryptonians up here. Oh, let's clear that out. It's going to be weird. Go. Then we should be able to fit that Kryptonian row of houses here. If not, I'll move some stuff. Yep, perfect. Keep it like that. Speed up time so they clear this out a little bit more. And we're going to shape those buildings so that they're rounded. There'll be a little bit of intermingling between the Kryptonians and the humans. That's just going to be par for the course. But so long as they're not like on top of each other, they should be okay. trying to make sure that I don't lose my doors here. Like that. So that way we can do this. That. That should be a rounded building, and then we'll build the same kind of thing to this one. That's why they were separated so much. That's 3 apart, so that's about as far as I want to go. This should be for just cotton, so we don't need to worry too much. Humans are still unhappy about that whole bullshit. Let's pop these guys up to there. We'll take the humans off the cotton farms. Get these buildings done. It's the main reason why I don't like the Plutonians, though. They got these big chunky buildings that you have to work with. But it's not too bad for their boost that they give you on things. So we'll have this, that, and now we want to have a hearth. Something that occurred to me though is that services might be overextended on this zone. No, it's only 50, I forgot. These are small houses. So they work with a single well. That's perfect. That's what we want to see. No, my master of bakeries. Then we'll take a couple more of you, and we're gonna take you off weaving. Lose the weaving job. You guys get to go weaving. And hopefully their happiness bonus plus their skill at it will make it much better. And what we can do is we'll just copy these, build a few more of them over time. Start to see some really good boosts. And I think eventually I'll have to work on this stuff. This is a mess. But it was mostly, like I said, a test to see. I like this style. This one should be rounded. You know what I could try to do? Structure. So if it's not round back there, what if I chuck a little nubbin in there, right? Is that gonna round it out? That's not round. What about that kind of nubbin? Yeah, that's a nubbin. So that will be the shape of these houses here. That's worthwhile, because I'd rather have this shape, because then I can copy and paste it onto another area here. Plutonians will have simply just less services overall, but it's because they have a lesser population. Compared to the humans, we'll only focus on giving them these things. So let's shape this better here. Actually, it's fine, like that big, and then we'll take it over. Yeah. There. So we want to have a better grain farm, or cotton farm. And I'm going to copy and move these over. I don't want to put it in a way that I can't put torches over this area here. This is a good zone in the middle of it for other stuff. So what I'll do is I'll actually dismantle that and copy these two, and then put them there like that. That way we can fix it a little bit better, and then we're gonna need another hearth here. By the way, so we've got plenty of services for that, and then I want to give them a food stall for this zone. Kind of between the two, but it's okay. I can put it on this spot here. But it doesn't need to be too big. A few bad boys in here. 160. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, no. Like I said, I think it's better to go big or go home when it comes to the food stall. Especially if you want to have services proper. A market, you can get away with having a smaller market. Like so. So probably squeeze a few of these in here like this. That's gonna be a bitch, huh? Do it like that. 100 services, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. And then we want to have a speaker. Kind of in the corner there. So I think the idea will be that I fix this area up nicely so there's 50 and 100. Then we organize these areas better. Adjusting things so that way I can produce the grain better, pull it out of here faster. Yes, at the moment it seems to be too slow. People are dying. Oh, that's the accident. I'm like, where the heck are you dying from? But it doesn't seem so hard now that I know how these guys work. Because once they have huge food bonuses, you can get other multi-race, like, and you're just fine. No worries. No stress. No stress at all. Nice. Nice. So we have that. Let's put the new vegetable farm over here. I don't like to take away from their skinny dipping zones by building too big of farms on the water. It can be simple as to like get the farm as max size as you want, but you take away all that swimming area for them. They can't skinny dip anymore. That's a pretty good sized farm. Let's make sure though that it's not, so we're gonna have to do another one of these probably up here. Yeah. So now I wish when you copied an area you were copying the designated housing as well, because that would be a good feature. Take it down like that much. And we'll just prep to build a better Kryptonian zone. How is the foundation? Foundation's pretty good right here. So I think one main thing I want to do is we want to build like a primary building for the Kryptonian babies. So that's as big as it can potentially go. Take some of that. This, so drop it down like so. So that's rounded. Now if we wanted to, we could put those nubbins on it. I think we will. What we'll do is we'll go like this. So we'll take this out here. Oops, wrong So like so, take that off. And then we redo it. So that way we have a place to put these little nubbins. Now, where's the direct center of this building? 26. Do the nubbins right there. That way it's round. Perfect. A beautiful round house for these boys. The wings of an eagle. So that's 36 potential babies. I feel like we could squeeze a couple more in here. Might have to do it like rows. Like so. Better. Can I put the crib in there like this? No. Might not be able to. Oh wait. We might be able to get away with the cribby. Like that, yeah. That looks good. I feel like I'm making like an ancient sign or something in like a fucking ancient culture. 50. So I could technically put that back here, and one right here, and that is done. This is an exceptionally good baby maker for the Kryptonians. Rounded and all. So that way we can transition the babies. Dismantle these now so that they're out of the way. Unlike humans, I don't care if the Kryptonian babies all die. But I do care if the humans do. Okay, come on. Get to work, you lazy bums. You lazy bums. But I can see the Kryptonians becoming an essential part of our infrastructure here, because they're basically cheap cannon fodder. I can send them to do things that I wouldn't want my humans doing. And they seem to grow at a faster rate. What's their lifespan at? Adult at 48 days. Or I think humans are adults at 80. days, so we could produce theoretically double the amount of Kryptonians in time. So for what it's worth, this is a pretty good size breeder. And we might eventually remove this and then double it up in here. Matter of fact, can this fit here? I think that's what I'm gonna do now. But I won't build it fully. We don't need this. Don't need that right now. Let's copy this building. I'll decide where those go afterwards. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. We'll suspend this just so we know where we want it for the future. Something happened. Is it another accident? Feels like another accident. They pooped their pants. Fucking goddammit. Clean up your dang mess. Always having accidents in my city. What's going on here? Starved. Oh, it's the babies. should be getting like a batch of new humans pretty soon. So they turn about 6 years old, 7 years old. We could sacrifice food to avoid the tremors killing us. I think they turn about 6 years old. No, even before then. 5 years old. Human child at 5. Around 5.25 they become an adult. So we have quite a few babies coming on the way. But this is why I like having the baby makers, because it's like a influx. And I can check technically this population. So I want to see these in the tan color here. And you can see I'm readjusting insane people to society. So we're losing people to insanity as we're progressing. And we have to keep up with that. I might have to build a new one of these. It's only really taking me rations, so why not? What's one more pile? One more body on the pile. What's one more body? Doesn't matter to me now. Do I have to order the 20 freaking vegetables from you guys? Oh, you guys have a new leader. Hello, new leader. Oh, I see what's going on. The Kryptonians are eating the vegetables because there was a small population of them before. Now there's a larger population. Let's get rid of that. Let's clear these vegetables out. And then hopefully they can start to grow more vegetables. There we go. That's what the problem is. They're eating all the damn vegetables. Let's make this diagonal. And I just want to check that it is a rounded building. It is, although somehow the middle doesn't really seem to get that it's rounded, but that's fine. So we're getting those babies back up and running. Make sure that this is set to our population. Yep, 160. Technically, they're not going to birth any more than what we have, 16 babies, because they don't want to go past 160. So that should be good for now. Although, actually, set it for 200. We can plop more of these rows in. So we'll have about 3 or 4 rows of them, so that's 200 population for that zone. Roughly 20. 6 here, 7. We've got 6, so there's 15, or 14. Now it's 15. 16. That's 22. Not too bad, plus those guys 32. Pull these guys back into the fray though, and then we can make these zones more like these ones up here. Yeah, they don't have any food access. Let's get them a hauler for that. Bread's going down. Gonna need a new baker. And like I said, I think I want to start building the bakers close. Wow. Bread's not going down. They're just filling these things up fast. I hope that those guys are not on auto hire. That's why they're on fucking fast right now. They auto hire 20, 35 guys. I'm like, where the fuck is all my labor going? Let's make sure no other haulers have that many. This hauler here. You don't want that. Huge labor sinks right there when they auto hire people, and you can't keep track of it because you're not looking at it specifically. So that just pops some good people back into our pop. Let's make the biggest fucking... There could be potentially 100 people living on this block. I want to build a refinery that could potentially fit about 80. This is going to be 7. Like that. That's going to be where our warehouse is. And if need be, we'll expand this. Wait, don't tell me they're really good at baking. They're technically better at it than humans, but I have much more humans than them, so. It's 24, 38. I like to just do them like this so that it's simpler for me in the future. That should be 96. That's a lot larger than I said, but it will be intentional. Should be able to put those in there. We want to have a nice big storage. This isn't going to be big enough for the storage. Put that there, like so. That looks fine to me. So 84 technically, so around 80. The only reason why I'm doing this though like this is so that we have huge storage inside for potential bread be made. Nice, and this vegetable farm is up and running. Let's see where we can take that away now. Fruits are one of our most essential items, so let's get this bigger. Perfect. Maximum size fruit farm. A good foundation over here. Yes, sir. Put this there. Right. This road is starting to get there. Oh, there, Jethro. Good God. These should not be on auto hiring. I hope that they're not over here. Good fucking God, man. Two is enough. They don't need that many. Oh no, what's happening? Oh, their loyalty from that event. PTSD moment almost. Let's take that out. Free up some of that space. Let's actually copy these. Put them in front here. And I think in this case, we're going to want to have a loading station, an unloading station for the pickups on this. Yep, something like that. This is going to be for the ration maker. Now, why is this a wooden wall? It's not right. Right. I do want to pop up. I don't like this boost. What was it that I had to do? I should have just not done anything at all when they got mad. You never know. It's always random. We've got our ration makers back to work. Pumping away. Kinda want to just dismantle this zone. Everything up here. Hopefully I didn't cause too many issues. Nope, should be fine. The Kryptonians moved over their new zone. Nice. We have this big bakery here, which is going to need a large warehouse to accompany it. Like so. Hopefully, be able to. Yes, I love to see it. I love to see it. Get these doors in. That way, this will block the noise coming in from the bakery. So these guys will have that going. Now we want to have acoustic haulers for these three things. Also change that recipe over so that it's the other recipe. This is not going to be as big of a storage warehouse, but we will have a loading station here. And we'll be taking the goods away. Where do I want to put it though? Probably... just put it right here. So, road. I haven't really thought this area out too well. I think we want to probably go like that. And then they'll walk towards the road from here. Have this go along the back end of their houses. So this will be coal. Now you have 2 workers there. You're going to be gathering coal from over here, and if it's too coal, you'll gather it from here. Looks like we should stop selling coal for now, and I'll also stop selling the wood. You don't really need to. Where the fuck was I just at? Okay, over here. So let this go. This guy is a ration boy. And you're gonna pull from these 2 little buildings. And the next thing that should have been done is this. We're gonna have you. This is the bread building. So we're gonna want to have this one do half rations and half bread. So that's 4, and then it should be the other 4 for bread. Now they're gonna start taking that stuff over here. Now I'm not quite convinced I shouldn't just put one of these here. Also, foundation's amazing. So we'll pull up another one of these buildings here. Now I'm aware that that doesn't line up properly. So I'll actually dismantle it. I will build a new placement laboratory for it. Because I'm like that. Specifically for this zone here. Let's just extend it out one. Perfect. So that way this zone is going to start to get jam-packed full of rations. And we don't have to send these guys too far to grab them. These guys can remove... Oh, they're very, very full. That's good to see. So, potentially we have storage for about 102,000 rations. Which, if we have this population, is about 2 days of food. Before they all start to collapse. Let's have you grab from one of your closer grains storages. So they seem to be trying their best to fill up each storage. As they seem to get more and more full, they kind of trickle down. That's the goal. Trickle down. So the bread that's made here... you know what's stupid? I'm so dumb. I can fix it. We need to have this oven switch sides, because the storage matters. Where the storage is going to make a difference. Let's get rid of that. This here. Take them a few seconds to repair this building back to normal. That way they'll have access to the bread closer to where it's being produced. And then we can close that. Thought I had more storage for fucking herbs. You know what? It's because I think there was a storage nearby that had herbs. Well, as long as we have some stored away, that's fine. Because they are technically filling the haulers with it as well. So this guy is filling up. He's going to take this over to here. And this guy is going to jam pack it in here. Eventually, when this fills up, we'll probably have to add another 2. So they'll have 210,000 or 204,000 potential slots for food. And then I'm going to have this store 5 of each, and then the rest be bread. Now I could upgrade this, but I'm gonna. Makes sense too. start to see more bread coming in. Are my Kryptonians. This fruit farm should be done soon, and then we can slowly move this out of here and start to switch over. Oops. Take that nubby in. We will go and copy this little zone here so that we can expand. Oh no, I made a big mistake. Oops. We want to take off about that much. There we go. Then we copy this. Damn it. It's just a little bit too much still. Structures. Build this like so. Alright, so you're gonna load bread into here, and I want you to be pulling from here and here. They should take that across the city. I'm going to authorize immigrants as well. Yeah, quite a few logistics issues because of these populations disappearing. I might have to close one of my training facilities as well. Just clear that out. And honestly, we'll do that too. The Kryptonians can do all their jobs with what they have. I don't need that much grain right now. I have quite a lot of grain coming in. 222,000 is an exceptional amount of grain. And here's a new bread storage. So you will pull from here, you pull from there, and I want this one to pull from here as well. So all going well, this should start to fill up with bread. Now we want to have this guy. He's producing a decent amount of bread, but I don't think he's producing enough to warrant a transport for it. This guy is producing enough to warrant a transport. Because that's 400 a pop. They're producing quite a lot, 850. So assuming this area needs about 400, the other 400 or so that they don't need can get loaded in a transport and sent away. Hopefully this will fill up though. 57, how many people? 27,000 bread. Not so bad. It's making me start to think I need some other technologies though, like pottery. And it occurred to me that's why you don't want to have your technology so early, because I could just dedicate clay and everything to pottery. I don't have to put technology on that. Till I hit my next pop buff there. Oh, we need smelters, that's what we're looking at. Pop these smelters up and pop these miners up. Full miners, full smelting. We need tons of iron. Hopefully this will start getting a boost. We're using 10 a day in here though, so let's drop that down. So that's 15 workers. Probably chuck some more Thunderians into work over here. How do we have 81? I thought I only allowed 80. Did they fuck? How did you grow? Where'd that one guy come from? You Thunderians fucking without me knowing? But I will say that the crowning jewel of this whole run has been to go from 2,000 to 0 back down to 2,000, or back up and then back down, and then finally we're here again in the cusp of it all. Cusp of it all here. Hopefully we can get these food days up further. I don't know why our loyalty is sitting low. happiness. It's being weird. Hopefully we can get past that though. I'm not gonna import any more people. We're just gonna sit on this spot. Oh no. Set this for Kryptonians. And I don't think I have a janitor over here, so we're gonna need one. Honestly, I'm just gonna copy this and make it a wooden variant. Kinda like so, and then we'll add some structure to it so that it's round. I think technically that counts, as long as it's like a little nubbin. And then we'll do the same for that as well. Put a additional piece on there. No, we don't care for slaves. Not right now. Yeah, they're just sitting at 97 now. I think they might need to see a new service or something else. Let's actually edit this. I want to have a doorway in front. Let's check what kind of services they are missing. Lavatories. Could go up with Ted. Or we could just give them access to furnitures. Why don't we give them a boost to wood furniture? A little bit more. And I think I want to start making clay stuff. Oh wow, we have crap tons of fucking... We have way too much in the way of smithies. They're too efficient at their jobs. They're just they're pumping out the goods too fast. Oh, that's not good. Does this not have a worker in it? Oh, it does. It just didn't get the worker copied over. Alrighty. And they love their jobs, so they should be very, very happy doing these jobs. Shouldn't be any kind of complaints coming out of them. Let's delete this, and then I'm going to dismantle these shitty roads, like so. This vegetable farm can go. There we go. And then... Okay, so this is storing the herbs. Let's give it a little bit more storage for herbs. Actually, just do all herbs for now. That way they can continue to keep the herbs up. And then let's dismantle this road here. I'm just trying to organize this because they might stay living over here. They just might get reorganized in their housing shapes. Yeah, that's much better. And then we could put a grain farm here. Smart move would be to not kill all of them immediately, but I will copy the design and do it here like this so that we can move this line of people over facing downwards, I believe. It's fine. We expect accidents. And then with that being done, I can dismantle this one as well. Do the same thing. Oh yeah, man, I'm fucking feeling it though. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I am really feeling it. Back at it again with the 6. Like the true fiend smile cracks on my face as I sit here and just enjoy my pixels again. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted was to enjoy my pixels. They took them from me. Okay, perfect. So this is all set. We can set these to Kryptonians. For some reason, this door did not get installed properly. Oops, what am I doing? Diagonal tool. There we go. Now we can dismantle roughly everything around here. Not doing that. So that way we can start to organize better what we had going on. Keeping most, if not all, of the other infrastructure. And then these guys, they can get removed as well. So now we're back at stage 1 with the Dundarian, or the Kryptonians, but they should have a much nicer time expanding without these issues coming up. I do like this warehouse as it is pretty good for vegetables. Perfect spot for it right here. Let's put a door because it didn't copy the door. Ready, so that's going to get placed over there. We can dismantle this one. That way these roads can kind of link up nicer as well. Now think about changing the shape of this herb building. I like doing it. I think these styles look way better here. And then we can copy this. And you're gonna need a hearth as well. Come on, clear that out so I can put this down. If you place it down like this, it'll get the roof over it. So if you want to, you could technically get roofs on top of your buildings if you built it that way, but my goal is not to do that. And I would put the food here, but I don't want to have humans coming over here to get their food. I'd rather them go over here and get the food. And the Kryptonians that live over here get their food from this spot. Like so. That's connected up. Then we want to put in a hearth and a speaker. This speaker doesn't matter as the humans are going to be working there as well. Actually, the one thing, the hardest thing, and hopefully from what I've heard the next update will have, is race-specific buildings. So if I said this specific warehouse is Dundarians or Kryptonians, they will specifically work at this warehouse. But right now they don't do that. So it can become kind of an issue. We're just going to mitigate that by doing stuff like this, giving them few jobs. Their only purpose in the city is to essentially farm, produce more food for me. 28 days. If we hit 30, then we can boost the pop's food capacity, but right now we have to wait. Drop that down a little bit. Kryptonians are going to be something that I struggle with, though, pop-wise. So why don't we actually take them off the grain for now? That way they strictly focus on the jobs that they want to do, which is these ones. Or I want them to do, because the humans can do the grain farming. They're okay at it. Nice. Already off to a good start in this zone. Way better than it was before. Let's give them some decorations. See, that's one thing though that I try to avoid, is that you see that light can't reach right in front of them, so they don't get perfect light coverage, which is what I kind of want, but get it the best you can here. I think that's the center between the two of them. That way they have a little bit of light. You know, the thing is too though, I don't really like this road anyways. I like that road is there, but I kind of want these two roads to link up here in the center or somewhere close to that, and then connect here like so. Yeah, that seems like a better, more fluid design for me. Now, most humans have lighting, but there's not lighting along all the roads. I've tried to have like a tree and torches with benches in front of each human house, and not every house has guards in front of it, but for the most part they do. So each little housing block has their well as a guard, which seems to keep the law. We're definitely living in like a authoritarian wet dream, but we have to live like that for the most part. And these zones feel good. I feel good about this zone, and I can keep expanding up a little bit more, going north with these zones. So the Kryptonians will have the north west side. Humans will obviously have the entire center zone here. There's plenty more space for them. That's why I was testing these zones out. So with this, we'll probably actually have to adjust where this goes, because I like to keep the houses on lines. That way the services are in their zone, and I don't have to worry. But with my jobs, I tend to keep them in between these zones. So like, for example, this is the service, this is the jobs, they're housing. So they live and work in this zone. This is the zone. Same goes for this zone. So that's why there's not a lot of jobs. Like, there's no other industries. There's only the service jobs that need to be done, and then they're all bakers. Everyone in here should be a baker, or like a delivery man, or some kind of service. So the vast majority of my population is designed like that. So more than 50% should be designed for, or roughly like 50%. See, these two guys here are equaled out. 406 soldiers. Bullseye Tomlocks. Now, Bullseye Tomlocks is the one that has the fucking Emevian, not the Emevians, the Argonash. I will not fight them. Now, they don't have good melee experience or training for the Garthemis, but what about their Emevians? The Emevians are the bigger groups, but I think we've got this. We have the numbers, and most of them are trained to a degree here. Most of them. We have 150 men per group, so we're gonna tell them to buzz off and eat shit. Hopefully they don't kill me, but if they do, all they'll do is just raid the throne over here. Hopefully leave the rest of the shit alone. I feel confident with my military force. They're not too weak. There's a fuck ton of them, so long as they can pierce their armor. But I did have a moment where I got beat up by Argonash. So 406. Let's see what we can do. Alright. Let's see what we got. All of our troops are here. They seem to have better morale now that they're accompanying each other, so that's good. Maybe they'll have better morale when they're choked up like this. We're just gonna hit their line straight on the middle. Right on the nose here. Big masses. Let's go. Oops, I didn't mean to click escape. I had my Twitch messed up though. So there's people who were watching on there, someone chatted with me. Sorry to you if you ever cared to watch this in the past, but I am only human. Flawed in every way. Yeah, let's just move these boys up here. They were no match for me. I think a few humans might have died here and there, but for the most part, yeah, they were no match. They all just quit. Oh, they're over here. Come back here. You guys, I'm going now. They don't have shit for me though. Little bug freaks. The last man fighting. Crazy. Kill him. That's why you want numbers. 1,200 men. Ideally, I'd have more, but we need to get training. So let's create a couple more regiments here, and then they're just going to be 150 men each. There we go, 1950. 1 million denarii. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I will use that wisely. I will use that wisely, don't worry. Doing good with the Catonians. Humans should be happy after that victory, right? Government, no, it's under occupation of environment. Soldiers, 57%. Enemy kills, we didn't kill anybody. But our prowess is growing. Success on the battlefield. That's what I'd like to see. Success. Now, technically, to deploy an army, I need... It doesn't matter anyways, because the enemy's got decent armies on both borders. We have to wait for a rebel to decide to kill them. There are quite a lot of rebels. How are we doing on housing? Human housing is short in this area. Get another well in here at the bottom of this. We might have to move this center. It's not always ideal, things like that, but the thing is I can put the arena somewhere else, but I need to keep these houses in line. So we keep that like this. So take this. Should go perfectly in there, yep. And it makes sense to me to do it this way for the future of my city. Then we can put the arena back in. Probably put it right here. The arena zone. Alrighty. What are we doing over here? Jesus Christ. That's not good. Good thing that my screen didn't break. That was spooky. My girlfriend's painting that was on my, like the little closet behind my fucking computer desk, fell on my computer screen. Jesus Christ. Thought I got assaulted by the poltergeist. That fucking jump scared me. There's a dumb smiling at my screen here. It's because my heater is in the closet, that the vibration from the floor took it into my, till it finally fell. That's funny. We are going to need rations are not a concern. We have 30 days of rations now. Honestly, don't like the idea of, like, with the 3 rations a day, it's fine. I don't want to boost them up any higher, because if they do get any higher, I start to run into the problem where food is just getting burnt. I'd rather wait till I get to the higher tier populations. Maybe then I can decide if I want more servings or not. But I think currently the 3 servings is good. Or at least it feels good for me. I think I'm gonna need a hearth in this zone though. I know there's a hearth there, but I want to have another hearth in here. Right, 20,000 bread, 78,000 rations. Yeah, it wouldn't do anything really different. Keep building naturally. Oh god, we keep hitting these huge pops of people getting crushed. Do I not have a hospital over here? I should have a hospital. That's probably a good idea. Get these hospitals up and running. And yeah, make sure it's opening up to this side. So we'll lose a few people there. I'm willing to get 100 new immigrants, as long as about 50%. Keep losing people though. Is this made of stone? No, it just looks like, you know, it's made of fucking wood. Is it? It's made of wood. How's that possible? Delete the building. Because they're building the exterior out of stone. Like what? Must have been when I clicked it again. Structures. Let's toss these in here. No more loss of life. Tired of losing people. We have that spare 5 knowledge. We'll save it. probably want to use it for something later. We need more waveries. Give me a new one. The droughts of Diddy City. It's probably the worst thing that could happen to Diddy City is a drought. How will they get their parties going with no lube? Now, technically, I should probably do this like that. I think it will look better for this area. And then we'll have roads going off a bit, like so. It is the Dondarian or the Cretonians. I keep mixing them up. I don't really care about their zone too much, like road-wise. Although, don't like that double lane look there. We could definitely do this better. I think we just go straight from here, like so. Have that go like that. Nice. So these guys can start making more fabric. Get this building adjusted so that they can get that out. See, I wish you could just transform it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I haven't tricked if I have to click the transform button. Maybe that's what's changed. There's a lot of space for Dondarians in the future, so it'll take a couple. I don't know if I'll be playing this game tomorrow, but I think this is a perfect point to wrap it up. It's been going for a little bit of time, not as my normal length of stream, but did want to update people. I think I'll keep going in different videos. It might be a few different games for a few days and then some more 6, or it might just be more 6. Really depends on my mood, but been having fun, so it's gonna be quite a few more series coming up. Especially, been looking forward to do some Plutonians, Tilapis, and stuff. So, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.